Hello, welcome back to today's deck tech. Yeah, haven't done one of these for a while. It's, well, you all know what you're here for. I'm not even going to hide the card. There's no point in talking about it. We all know it's Amalia, Benavides, Aguirre. White and a black for a 2/2 legendary vampire creature scout. Has ward 3 where you have to pay 3 life. And whenever you gain life, you explore. And when you explore, if the exact power of our Amalia is 20, we get to wrath the board. Apart from her, it's destroy all other creatures. So if you've managed to get this up here and do the exact power at 20 and still have some mana left over to do another one, you can blow the board up, wipe all the permanents out that aren't indestructible, obviously, and hopefully explore again and get up to 22 and basically have a one-shot lethal creature on the table. Okay, and yeah, at the end of the day, I haven't done a black-white deck that's really worried and concerned about life gain for a long, long time. So, here we go with today's deck tech. The usual selection of white-black lands are here. Field of the Dead is here as well, just so we can get some creatures into play after we've hopefully blown the board up. We have got Marsh Flats is here, Gilded Shrines here, so you know my usual rules. If they're too expensive for you, take them out, replace them with other jewels or basics, whatever you take. I am playing the new courtyards, so the hidden courtyard and the hidden necropolis, so we can do a little bit of discovering if we need to at some stage, which I thought would be a bit of fun. Unusually for me, I'm also playing one of the bounce lands. I've chucked in Orizov Ballistica just for a change. Yeah, I wanted to, so it's here. You don't have to play it if you don't want to. I'm just pointing it out. Guildgate's here, that's fine, along with all the other, Snowfield Sinkhole, the dual land from Kaldheim. Restless Fortress is also here. There, but one thing I did point out here, which can help, is Rogue's Passage. It may be a case you've got Amalia up to 19, you've already done a few points of damage, commander damage to someone. You need to push her through to kill them with commander damage. Rogue's Passage gets you through it. Bear it in mind. The rest of it, we've got a little bit around. We haven't gone too heavy for this turn. Tantalite Talisman, Soul Rings here, Arcane Signets here, Jet Medallion, Pearl Medallion, Talisman of Hierarchy, and Thought Vessel. That's it. I haven't gone too over the top compared to yesterday's deck. If you want to see what over the top is, go look at the Gisaf deck from yesterday. And then really it's just a case of it's black-white life gain and the things that benefit from this and the things that will upset people. So, Ajani's Welcome, Authority of Consuls, start the pattern rolling. Condemn, just so we can take something out if we need to. You can replace this with Path to Exile if you want to, but I have got Swords to Plowshares in here. And my usual thing stands. I think sometimes Path to Exile helps your opponents out by giving them the land, so I'll sooner give them the life. But hey hum. Yeah. Lunarch Veteran also here. Flash it, can disturb it if we need to. Sarah Ascendant, because who doesn't like a turn 1/6/6 with flying and lifelink? No, okay, everyone does. That's good, right? Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, do the same thing. Swords I've mentioned. Vampire of the Dark Moon, a nice little early doors creature that people will not block with anything because it's got Death Touch. Okay, you're only going to get 1 life a turn, but your Death Touch keeps you there. Campfire, one of the cards out of Commander Masters. Pay 1, tap it, gain 2 life, exile it. Put all commanders you own from the command zone and from your graveyard into your hand, then shuffle your graveyard into your library. Nice little backup to Elixir of Immortality. I quite like this. It's a nice way of getting around the command attacks that isn't a land, and you're not really losing anything by having it there, so I'm glad they printed this. Ajani's Pridemate gets big as we gain the life. Griffin Airy gives us creature tokens that fly, because we should be gaining more than 3 life a turn with this deck. Nyx's Fleeced Ram doesn't probably see as much play as it should do in my mind. It's a 0/5 for 2 mana that lets you gain a life every upkeep, so that's a third of the way to getting a 2/2 every turn. And you haven't got to do anything? Okay. Sutra Priest. We gain them when our creatures enter. Their opponents lose them when their creatures enter. That's cool. Daxios the Blessed. Whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain a life. Voice of the Blessed. Should be quite easy to get this up with the 12/12 flying. And it should be quite easy to get to the indestructible level quite quickly, I hope. Again, another threat that your opponents have to deal with. very quickly, otherwise they die. It's great if you've got both in play when I've play tested and you've hit this 20 and you've still got this up here at 12. Yeah, your opponents aren't very happy when you've got 32 power on the board and no one's got anything apart from you. Blood Artist. When a creature dies or it dies, everyone loses. Target player loses one, we gain one. Varan, Executioner Thane, does the same thing, but each opponent loses 2, we gain 2, but only triggers once a turn. But Zulaport Cutthroat does the whole deal 1, gain 1 for every creature that dies, which just makes life better. A bit like Cruel Celebrant does as well. And, yeah, Elias, Ilkor. Do you notice the theme yet? Lots of life gain, lots of death triggers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably bad. Karlov of the Ghost Council is quite nice. Nice little bit of repeatable removal, which is even better because it exiles the creature, which makes it impossible to bring it back. Key to the City's here to make something unblockable. Moving swiftly on. The Boots is here to give our bit of protection to Amelia if we need to, as well as haste if we want to get the attack in. And we went there. And Wedding Invitation. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, sacrifice it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. If it's a vampire, it also gains lifelink. Oh yeah, okay. 3 drops. From the new commander cards that have been programmed in on MTGO and are available in real life right now at your friendly local gaming store. Alanda's Hierophant, 2 in a blue, 2 in a blue, 2 in a white. So for 1/1 flyer, when you gain life, put some +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, get the vampire tokens, 1/1s with lifelink equal to its power. Metropolis Reformer. I like this one. I forgot this came through in the Aftermath set until someone reminded me of it the other day. Flying Vigilance gives you hexproof. Whenever it's dealt damage, you gain that much life. It's a 2/3 flyer. I can cope with that. Teferi's Protection. We all know what it does. Bastion of Remembrance. That's the whole everyone loses 1, you gain 1 when a creature dies. That's nice. Gumdrop Poisoner from Wilds of Eldraine. Black for a food token. Instant Griffin. And then bring it into play for its actual mana cost and enters the battlefield up to 1 target creature gets -X/-X until the end of the turn, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. If you've gained a serious amount of life and there's a big creature in play, this thing is fantastic. It just deals with it. As long as they haven't given it hexproof or shroud. But it will do with it. It does get around indestructible as well, don't forget. Because it's -X/-X and nothing survives not having any toughness. Here comes the combo. It is in here. So here's Veto. We all know what Veto does. I'll talk about it now because they are all here. Exquisite Blood's here and Sanguine Bond. You all know what the combo does. You gain life. Target opponent loses that much life. When target opponent loses that much life, you gain that much life, so on and so forth. Exquisite Blood just wraps it all around in a nice little circle, and it just keeps going eventually till you drone everybody out. You probably become unpopular, but hey, playing a black-white life gain deck, you expect to see it nowadays, so people do prepare for it most of the time. Drana's Emissary, another one, but yeah, again a static one that helps you get towards your little 2/2s of Griffin area if you've got it in play. Beginning of upkeep, everyone loses 1, you gain 1. Cabal, Console of Allocation. Whenever opponent casts a non-creature, you gain 2, they lose 2. Filigree Familiar lets you gain 2 life and draw a card when it dies. Pristine Talisman just gains your life when you tap it for mana. Fine. And the Cloak. Make something unblockable and give it Shroud. Shroud is still better than Ward and Hexproof. Just bear that in mind. Doesn't give haste though, which is a bit of a shame. But beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, Achroma's Will. Flying Vigilance, Double Strike, Lifelink, Indestructible and Protection from everything is kind of like making everything unblockable and indestructible and yeah, win the gamey. Rorik's Faith Member doubles the amount of life you gain each time. Although it doubles the life, you only still get 1 Explore trigger when you gain it, so bear that in mind. Wall of Reverence, beginning your end step, you get to gain life equal to the power of target creature you control. Explore away. Ajani, Strength of the Pride. We have the only vampire. Nope, let's try that again. The only planeswalker I put in this deck, purely for the +1. Gain life equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of planeswalkers you control. It is quite nice. You can make additional Ajani's Pride mates if you need to with this, so it is quite cool from that point of view. Dread Presence, when you play a swamp. Come on, thank you. You get to draw a card and lose a life, or deal 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. Cliffhaven Vampire, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses a life. And a Beliska Bell Haunt, when it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card and you gain 3 life. I still think this should have flying. It looks like it should have flying because it's hovering on the floor. Anyway, Bring Reflection, double the life amount to life you gain. Angelic Chorus, creature enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its toughness. Archangel of Thune, when you gain life, put +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Makes your creatures very big, very scary, very quickly. Sunscorched Regent, when an opponent casts a spell, you get put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you gain 1 life. And you explore. Exquisite Bond, I've talked about. Do we need to talk about Gary? No, we don't need to talk about Gary. We'll leave Gary alone. Polluted Bonds, I've quite enjoyed playing. I've played this a couple of times in draft formats of Wildsville Drain, because it was one of the special cards in there, and it is quite good. And your opponents do get upset, especially with the rampy decks going on at the moment. Yeah, this really does help you get there. So I'm trying it out. First time in Commander. I'm probably going to stick with it in this deck, but we'll see what happens. Amarat's Archive, you gain twice the life that you would gain normally. We've got no real additional card draw, so ignore that. And the final creature, Valkyrie Harbinger. I think we'll gain 4 life quite often. I think we'll be making angel tokens quite often. I think people will be getting upset with the amount of angel tokens we're making. But, it's all about Amalia, really. And that's the deck. So, that's my take on it. Is it going to work? Well, I've played it once and it worked well. I didn't win the game. We all got knocked out simultaneously off a combo deck. But I was on my way. Amalia was sitting around about 17 power at that stage when the player I was playing against comboed off. It happens. But yeah, so I'm quite happy with it. Hope you are too. If you think I've missed anything important, let me know in the comments down below. Please, we're trying to get to 300 before Christmas subscribers here on YouTube. I'm sitting at 287 at the moment. So if you can hit the subscribe button and help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Let your friends know, see if they can help me out. I'd really love to hit 300 before Christmas. Getting a little bit closer now, because this is now the Thursday the 7th, so getting a little bit closer. 18 days to go. Hopefully hit that 300 target. I hope I get there. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you think you should change. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.